Alright, you guys, I am here with a COVID-19 flu test from iHealth, and I'm here to show you how to do this and how to do this accurately, okay? It's that time of year again. You know that, we're going to be seeing COVID probably for years to come, but we definitely want to be able to avoid spreading this because this is very contagious. So if we're starting to feel ill and running a fever, sore throat, having runny nose, body aches, just a change in your appetite, any cramping in your stomach. There are so many symptoms, but we want to be aware that if we're starting to feel all those things, that we might want to do a COVID test just to rule out, because we don't want to take it out into the community and pass it around, okay? So you just want to make sure that if you've had the symptoms more than 4 days, or no symptoms at all, you should not want to take this. This is mostly for anybody who's had symptoms less than 4 days, okay? So let's get into it. I'm a registered nurse. I own my own business here. I've been in the nursing field my entire life. I've done quite a few of these. And so these have been made super easy so you can do these at home. So one box comes with 2 tests, so that's pretty good that you get 2 of these in one box, so that way if you need it. But it's super important that your first thing you want to do is check for the expiration date, and that is on the back here, because what you don't want to do is take a test that's been expired. So we want to make sure first that we check for the expiration date. You want to make sure you wash your hands, and then you want to make sure that you're going to lay the stuff out on a clean surface. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and clean before you start, okay? So, but definitely make sure you wash your hands before you get started. So let's look and see what is in this kit, okay? Let's pull out. So we got 2 of the solutions to containers, which is what the swab will go into. So again, remember that this is enough for 2 tests, so you would only need 1 of those for your test. Fortunately, we have instructions here. They make this very, what they call dummy proof. It's literally, iHealth has really been very careful with making sure that this is super detailed, okay? So you literally just go step by step on how to do it, but I'm just here to kind of show you how easy it is to do, okay? So you do have your instructions here. You have 2 cotton syringes, cotton ball, the cotton swab, sorry, that's the word, cotton balls. Cotton, so you can, this is what will be inserted into your nose to get the sample, right? And then we have the cassette. Again, we have 2 of those, and so you would need that cassette, and this is how, once we take the sample, we'll mix it in a solution that will go into the sample, and we will then wait to get the results, okay? Now, these are pretty accurate, and as far as, so that way if you did get it, you would know that if it happened to come out positive, you would make sure that you take all necessary precautions to protect your family and the community, because we don't want to take this out and pass this around to people. Like, COVID is still real. I know we don't hear everybody talk about it as much. You definitely want to make sure you're implementing a mask and all the things if you do need to go out in the community, or even if you're in your house around your family, because these are the things you need to do to make sure you don't pass it around, because it could get out of hand again very quickly if we are not very careful. So again, we have literally 3 simple steps that you need in a timer to be able to do this test, okay? First thing first is, let's go ahead and pull out this aluminum foil here so we can get this ready, because this is what we're going to put the sample in. So we're going to go ahead and just close that up, get it ready, okay? So there, you see the solution in the bottom there? That's what the syringe, the cotton tip, Q-tip, I don't know why I'm confused on that word. That is what's going to go in here once we take the sample from my nostril, okay? Let's go ahead and open up our packet here, which is the cassette. That is the COVID-19 A and B, and I call that the test card, is what that's called. Let's go ahead and open that up. Get it all ready. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like when it comes out. Okay, so that's what that looks like coming out of the case, okay? So we have that ready, and it tells you right there that you take 15 minutes. Once you put the drops in there, you're going to wait 15 minutes, and it tells you exactly how many drops to drop in there once you do that, okay? That's just a little thing they put in there. That's just pretty much trash at that point. Okay, so we have let me make sure you can see the stuff here. Okay, so we got that, and then we have the solution, and now I'm going to go ahead and get the Q-tip out ready, okay? Now, you want to make sure that when you're taking that Q-tip out of here, that you do not touch the part that has to go into your nose, okay? That is super important that you don't contaminate that with any other touching anything else, okay? This needs to be literally from the pack to your nose. Anything that you touch gonna alter the reading, right? So we don't want to touch anything with that. So literally your hand will go here on that part, and it's gonna go in your nostril, okay? We're gonna do the nostril. We're gonna actually go in about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch into the nostril. If you get any resistance, you need to pull back, okay? Because you shouldn't be forcing it in. You know, when we first started getting these COVID tests, people were going crazy digging in our brains, if you remember, okay? Now, if it's a kid, you only need to go 1/2 inch. So we don't want to go 3/4 inch in a kid, but for an adult, you can go as far as 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch into the nostril, okay? And let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. I'm going to pull that out, and this is what that looks like coming out of the packet, okay? And so basically we're going to go in about 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to go around this about 10 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so once I do that one, we're taking the same Q-tip and going into the other nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I'm going to take this same Q-tip and we're going to actually put this into the solution here, okay? I'm going to do this without spilling this out of here. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to take it out, okay? And now we're going to put this down into the solution. If you see that right there. And we want to do that one, swirl that around about 10 times. 1, 2, 3. Because what you want to do is make sure that all that sample gets into that solution, okay? That's going to give you the most accuracy for your results, okay? Because what we don't want to do is get a false reading and then we think we're negative and we're not, okay? So we making sure that's in there good. I'm circling that around in there pretty good, okay? Now I'll take that out. And then I'm going to close that up. I'm going to shake this up really good. Okay. Shaking that up. Now, we're about to, I want you all to see this for a minute before I do that. Let's see if I can make sure you can see it pretty good. Okay. So here it says, a little blurry, 5 drops. If you see right here, it says 5 drops there. And then that's your timer, because once you drop it in there, it's going to start the timer, and that'll give you whether or not you're positive or negative, okay? And so it'll tell you, if you see here these letters C, A, B, T, that's the control, A, B, and that's the test. It's going to let you know if you're positive or negative, okay? So let's go ahead and do the drops. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 drops here. Watch this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you don't want to put more than 5 in there, okay? To get the best accuracy, you want to do that for 5 drops. And I want y'all to see already how the reading is already coming up. And then that's going to take 15 minutes to get the results, and I'm going to give it 15 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so while that's going, I want to show you what we're looking for on the results, okay? While that's running. So if it is invalid, see right here? You're not going to have anything in the box, okay? If it is negative, you will only see the control that says 1 line. If you're positive, these are what you will see. You're going to have, okay, the test will be, see that 1 line is on the T for test, flu, and these are, that's for COVID-19 here. This would be the flu, if you can see the A, so you have flu A, right? And if it's flu B, you'll see that right there. So these give you your guidelines to how you would know, okay? Flu A and B, you'll have all of them. If you got all of them, that would be bad, right? All 4 of those, okay? So thus give you your guideline on what you're looking for exactly for the results. So listen, iHealth have made this pretty easy, so we would know that this is positive or negative, okay? So it's still going, and we'll just wait and let it do what it's doing. And so far I see, just so you know, right now I do see a little line right there, which would be negative so far, but we're still waiting until the full 15 minutes, so I'll be back, but it better be negative. I'll be back. All right, you guys, here we go. 15 minutes later, and Let me just show you the graph real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. That I am negative. Again, let's look at the negative chart so you can see. The negative says that if it's only at the C, we're under negative, that will be a negative result. And that's what we're always hoping for, right? And we are negative, okay? So there you go. Eye health, COVID vaccine, how to do it at home. You definitely should go ahead and purchase this and go ahead and get one that, you know, have it on standby. Get familiar with the instructions. You really just want to make sure you read the instructions in detail. You don't want to wait till the last minute. You want to kind of know what to do, especially when you're feeling bad already. You don't have time to be doing all that extra, so just go ahead and when you get your kit, get familiar with the kit, so that way when you're ready to take your test, if you need to, you'll be already ready, okay? So again, that is how you do your COVID-19. It also checks for the flu A and B, which is an awesome test. So check out Our Health. I'm going to link this in, and so you can definitely get you one and just have it on standby. I will probably get one for my office, one for home. Just keep it on standby because you just never know. And what we don't want to do is be out here passing this around to folks when we could avoid, okay? If you have any questions, please list them below.